Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Anna. I think it's time for art journaling, and today I will be working with these new books what I got from Arteza. These are really nice size to work with, and they also have really cool 230 GSM thick paper, which is absolutely perfect for mixed media and also watercolor technique. I've posted this photo on my Instagram when I was playing with new Crafter Workshop stamps and I embossed them on vellum paper. So this is what I will be using in my art journal today. I also will be playing with new stencil butters and also color sparks. So all the information regarding products I obviously will be listing in the description box below as always. And if you do have any further additional questions, then by all means please leave me a comment. I'm more than happy to answer all of your questions, to give you the most relevant information what you require, and never hesitate to give me a comment. And this is what we're here for, to support each other, to grow the crafty community together. So I'm starting off with putting washi tape in the center of my journal, and that will protect from mediums to seeping through to damaging other pages. This is something what I only just start doing recently. This is something what I never thought of, and this is a really good point to actually protect your pages from obviously the damage from the mediums what you will be using. Now the next step what I will be doing is I'm tearing the washi tape in the strips and I'm sticking them in the vertical order. This is something what I do always work with. This is something what I prefer to do, working in a vertical way. Sometimes I do horizontal. So my next step, I will be working with clear gesso from the Crafter Workshop. Why I've chose clear gesso? Because I want my washi to be visible. I don't want the full coverage what white or gold or silver or even black gesso will give me. I want those washes to be visible. That's why I'm reaching out for clear gesso. I'm using just a simple brush. I'm not really bothered about the brush strokes. This is something what actually it's cool in your art journaling. It gives the extra texture to your project, and this is something what I do like. Now, if you wanting a little bit of a pages to be fading down, if you don't want the wash to be that much visible, then by all means you can go for a bit of a clear gesso and mix it up with white gesso. That way the white gesso will be kind of like diluted and will not give you a full coverage, so your wash still will be visible from underneath. Now I'm moving on to the coloring part, and this is all fun. I really enjoy the effect when I'm just trying out different mediums and they actually starting creating a nice color on my background. So I'm working with color sparks and I mix them with water. As you can see, I've got them on the palette here. I'm just adding a color directly to my pages with a brush, and I'm helping out with spraying a bit of the water. The color is very diluted, and this is what I was aiming for. I wanted my pages to be very light, very pale, very pastel. So if you're wanting to have a bit of a more intense color, then by all means you're not adding that much water as I've done. You add in just a little bit less of water and your color will be more intense. So this is what I have so far. Now I'm just gonna dry my pages. I really like the effect what I have achieved with playing with those color sparks. And as you can see, with preparing your pages with gesso, it allows for your mediums to float nicely, to mix together. Otherwise, they will be just sipping into your paper and creating stains. So it is really important to use gesso for that purpose. Now, If you're not happy with the areas where it's too much color, or if it's a little bit something what you have to fix, let's call it fixed, then you can just dab it off with a bit of a paper, or even any wipe what you have on hand. So I'm just drying the pages very, very well, and then I will be able to move on to the next step and create more texture on my pages. Back set what I've used in my journal. Now I will be just adding a bit of a splatters with the purple color spark, and I'm using this very thick brush. I'm using this thick brush because I want quite big stains, quite big splats on my pages, and this is the effect what I've received. I really like that. If you want the splats to be a little bit smaller, then by I mean you are gonna have to reach out for a smaller brush. So I'm gonna just move my color sparks on side for time being. I will need them a little bit later on. Let me just give you a bit of a close-up how my pages look so far. I really like the effect what I've got so far. I hope you like them too. Now I've got those awesome stencil from Slimline from Crafter Workshop. This is a new product what they just launched in winter 2021 releases. So I'm just gonna pick few stencils what I will be using in my journal today, and while I will be creating a texture. So I think I will be aiming for those two stencils. Maybe I will use this one as well. I shall see as we go along. I will be playing with those 3 stencil butters. As I said earlier on, all the information regarding products will be listed in the description box below, so you can always refer to that. Look at this yummy butter. It is absolutely awesome, and working with that stencil butter is absolutely divine. It's absolutely a pleasure. Look how gorgeous texture you are receiving, and it is like, you know, I can't really explain how awesome feeling it is actually putting that paste through your stencil. But take a look how gorgeous, how shimmery this paste is. Now obviously, before you moving on to the next step, you have to dry your pages very well, and of course remember to wash your stencil as well. So the next color I will be using, it will be this beautiful yellowish greenish color. I can't pronounce this name properly, so please forgive me, but look at the effect what you are receiving with this absolutely awesome product. So I'm just creating texture in few places. I'm not transferring the full image from my stencil. I want those harlequins to be a little bit more visible in some places, a little bit less in others. They will. I'm pretty much aiming for kind of like a distress look, and this is something what really appeals to my eyes. Take a look how gorgeous those butters are. So I'm gonna go and wash my stencils. I'm gonna obviously dry my pages, and I will come back to you in just a second. So now everything is dry. I will just give you once again a close-up how shimmery, how gorgeous those butters are. So now I will be reaching for this leaf stencil, for this branches stencil, And I will create some embellishments, which I will be fussy cutting, and I will be filling my composition. My composition today will be all about the flowers. As I've mentioned earlier, I was playing with the stamps and creating beautiful flowers embossed on vellum. So also I will be creating some other elements with stamping on a piece of paper and coloring them with Colorspark. So for now, I'm just concentrating to create the leaves, which obviously will fill out nicely my composition. And I'm working with this absolutely amazing green butter. It's really, really cool. You have to check it for yourself. I can't recommend you high enough this product. Is really, really awesome. And I had actually a question about this product in my previous video when I was unboxing Crafter Workshop goodies what I've received for my brand ambassador pack. Someone was asking how long they are drying. They are pretty similar drying process like a light and fluffy modeling paste. They roughly take about 15, maybe 20 minutes. If you are air drying, you can always use the heat gun. Now, if you will use a heat gun, be careful not to overheat your paste because it will create a bubble effect. Now, if you're aiming for that effect, then by all means, please go for it. And this is what you will achieve. So now it's fun for a stamping process. Now, if you're looking for a really nice crispy stamp, then I will recommend you to use this VersaFine Clair ink pad. You can use archival, but trust me, the effect, it will not be the same. This VersaFine Clair gives you absolutely beautiful crisp effect. Take a look at this. How stunning my flower look. So I will go and stamp more flowers on my paper. And remember, when you're working with VersaFine Clair ink pad, give your ink a little bit of rest on your paper before you lift your block. I will show you just one trick here when I not actually give a little like resting time for my ink to actually transfer to the paper. And as you can see, some areas didn't stamp properly because I lifted too early. Now you can also add a bit of a pressure to your block when you're stamping, or you can just go ahead and use the stamping platform. By all means, whatever works for you when you're stamping, then you can use those tools. So I will leave you with the music for time being, and I will come back to you when I will be moving on to coloring my flowers. So now it's coloring part. As you can see, I'm reaching out for water brush, and I've got already mixed Colorsparks in my palette here. I'm not really precise with coloring because all the petals I still will be cutting out from my paper, so I'm not really precise where my inks, where my color is going. What I'm aiming for, that I want those flowers to be kind of like pastelish. I don't want them to be very dark. I don't want them to be like very intense. So that's the reason I've diluted my Colorsparks quite well with the water. and you can layer up the color one on another. They works pretty similar with like watercolor technique. So I'm just gonna go and carry on coloring my flowers, and then I will cut them out. I also will cut my leaves what I've created with this beautiful green stencil butter, and then I will be creating a composition in my journal. So enjoy the process, and I will meet you in a moment or so. So I'm back to you with all elements being cut out, and now I will just take time to build my composition. Now I'm gonna just place my elements onto my journal directly. I will have a chance to move them around before sticking them, and then I will decide for the final look. You don't have to rush through this process. Take as much time as you need, because once you start sticking your elements down, it will be difficult for you to move. It depends also on the glue what you will be sticking your elements with. If you will be using the hot glue gun, then by all means your elements will stick directly. If you will be using the other medium, for example any tacky glue or gel medium, then obviously you will have a bit of a longer drying process, but also you will have a chance to move your elements from here to there. So once I'm happy with the placement of my flowers, I will go ahead and stick them down using Nuvo glue, and then I will just fill the composition with the leaves. I will add the title, and I will also finish off with adding my vellum elements as well. So enjoy the process, and I will meet you at the end of the video. So this is how my pages look. And to finish off, I'm just gonna draw a very loose, very sketchy, very wavy line with black pen. If you like borders, this is something what you can go with and create the lines. You can also use any stamps for a border, whatever works for you. If you prefer not to create a border on your journal, then you just skip this process and you will just finish off without it. So I hope you like the idea of the way how I've played with different mediums, with different colors, with new stamps, with all the composition what I've created. That's everything from me for you today, my lovely friends. And till the next time, take care. Bye for now.